Hey gun people, gonna talk about why the NRA sucks. Oh my God, he's a gun guy. He can't talk about the NRA. That's sacrilegious. He's a traitor. He's no good. He should burn in hell. Look people, organizations like the NRA, the government, police, lawyers, judges, they've all got their shit. And they all start out good, and then they go into freaking, it's about money. You want to know something about the NRA? Follow the money. You know, the old saying, I joined the NRA and all I got was a stupid hat. So, I had some knucklehead who wanted to cry because I cracked on his religious God, NRA. Oh my God, how dare you talk. Look, I cover controversial subjects that piss people off. I tell people things from my experience and what I've seen and why I believe what I believe. You don't have to agree with me, but you don't have to have a crybaby hissy fit. I'm an NRA instructor. How dare you say the NRA isn't God? Oh, look. All right, and then this knucklehead's going to say, you prove it. Prove that you were an NRA. I looked it up. And you're not in the database. No shit, because I told them to kiss my ass and take me out. I got tired of them asking for money. I got tired of them pushing me. You need to do an instructor class. You're an instructor. So here's my freaking little stinking NRA bullshit instructor certificate. Make sure I'm not giving out too much personal information. Alright, yeah, here we go. And then it's got some stinking number on there. At the top it says NRA instructor certificate. So, you know, that's the problem with the internet. You get these little punks who can run their mouth and back up nothing and then challenge everybody and say, you prove to me, you prove to me. Meanwhile, they don't have one video. They don't use their real name. They use some bow-tech bullshit to hide who they are, and they get to say how great something is and how dare I talk about their institution. So, that's one, I can't find my other NRA certificate because I thought it was freaking bullshit. Here's the little blank certificate, so now I can instruct and give people their little blank certificate. Here's the stinking little course outline instructor for the basic pistol. So now I can be an NRA instructor. Ooh, he's so good. Alright, so when I start talking about the NRA, people are going to be like, this guy's never owned a gun. He doesn't know nothing. If he owned a gun, he would know the NRA is stinking God. Alright, been freaking carrying a gun since I was 17 years old in the military. Here's my FBI Firearms Instructor's course. Throw that shit on the ground. Here's my FBI hostage negotiator. Here's my associate's degree. Here's my bachelor's degree. Here's where I field training officer in California. My Glock instructor, firearms. Here's my weaponless defense instructor. Here's my some law enforcement judo karate weaponless defense crap. This is Joe Cirillo's close quarters combat course. This dude was in like 8 actual shootings. Pretty funny guy. Glock armor course. The hell is this? Training, official wireless. Oh, this is so I can tap a wire line. You got to go through a course in order to be able to tap a wire. Here's my weaponless defense instructor. Here's my college instructor. It says I'm a college instructor. Here's where I was honorably discharged. Let's see here. Impact. Well, I thought I had something else here on the back side of one of these. And I freaking, yeah, this is the one. So here's a field training officer on the other side, weaponless defense instructor. I got some other certificates somewhere. I don't freaking know. People crying about, oh, because he talked about the NRA, he must be a fake and a phony. Look, NRA sucks, in my opinion. They are a money-hungry, send me your money. They want to scare everybody. Without the NRA, nobody would own a gun. Without the NRA, the Constitution would be gone. Without the NRA, nobody could have a gun. Look, man, that's all fear bullshit to get your money. You got the president of the NRA making over 900 grand a year, sitting up there, supposed to be a non-profit, supposed to be for guns, and he's making 900 grand, almost $1 million a year. And how many flunkies underneath him are making 800, 900, 700,000. Look at the NRA building. It's like a mansion to their godly gun power, with all the hunters and gun people saying, "Oh, the NRA, the NRA." Look, you try to get in touch. I tried to talk to the NRA. You can't get anybody to listen to you for anything unless you're giving them money. Look, national database for stolen guns. It's in the system. Cops have access to it. Government agencies have access to it. No one else can have access. I can't buy a gun and run it to see if it's stolen. Why is that, Rick? That seems reasonable. Well, that's the first problem. It seems reasonable. If the government was concerned about stopping stolen guns, they would give the citizens the ability to run any gun that they own, were buying, looking at. They would give them the ability to ensure that gun isn't stolen. Can we do that? No. Who could probably fix that? The gods at the NRA that want our money every month and every year in life membership, and we'll have, you get some stupid magazine they're making millions on advertisements for every gun distributor in the world, and then they shove that magazine down you and say, "Hey, we got a free magazine for you. Look how good we are. We're going to give you a hat. You're going to pay us dues. We're going to have a lot of people making a lot of money, and we're going to tell you without us, you wouldn't own a gun." Woo! Government scare tactics. It's bullshit. I don't buy it. I was an NRA member for years. I went through their instructor course. The instructor course was a joke. Now look, let me finish on the NRA here. There is a database that the insurance companies have access to. Any insurance company can run your driver's license and see if you have a driver's license, if it's suspended, how many tickets you have, your driving record. No one else can do that except the government and insurance companies. Well, gee, Rick, that's kind of odd, because I was always told that nobody had access to the government except the government. No, if you got the money and you want to pay for it, you can have access, just like the insurance companies do. Just like the NRA could do, but they're too busy putting the money in their pocket instead of helping gun owners. They are just like every other organization. Starts Wounded Warrior. I used to be a big Wounded Warrior guy. I would ride my horse and parades and stuff to raise money for them. Then it comes out there making millions, buying planes, hiring hookers, doing all this shit with them. It starts out good, and then money and power corrupts absolutely. So, why does insurance company, private people have access to your driving record, your DMV, your address, all your driving record? Why? Because they lobbied and they paid and they got legislation passed to where they can do that. Now, they don't access the actual computer, but they have an agreement that it updates every 24, 12 hours. Every 2 days, it updates information. So anything it changes, it downloads to their database so they can check in their database that's up to date and current. Just like the NRA could do with guns. They could say, we want to have a database and I tried to talk to people in the NRA, you know what they got? Hey, you know what? So what, you're an instructor. So what, you're a member of the NRA. We don't give a shit. Just pay your dues. We're running this monkey show. We don't need you idiot gun owners telling us what we need to do. Biggest flaw of any gun organization in the world is not helping gun people own guns legally. So what happens? The government's the only one that can run a gun. You can't call the police department and say, "Hey, I want to buy a gun. Will you run it?" They'll say, "No, we need a case number. We need to connect it. We can't run your gun." So you have a lot of people buying stolen guns. Why? So the government can seize your gun later and say it's stolen. So the government can say, "See, we need more gun control because we have all these stolen guns out here that we can't do nothing about." Really? You can't put up a database to where I can't punch in a serial number and see if a gun's stolen? I mean, you can track the database. You can see where the IP is. You can come back later and get a warrant to take that gun. It's not like the government would have any. They would identify thousands of stolen guns if they did that. Because most people who bought a gun would run it. I would love to run it. I probably have 50 guns that I haven't ran. I don't know if they're stolen. I bought them here and there, bought them over the years. Somebody in the military, somebody getting a divorce. I don't know where they got it, if they stole it, if their kid stole it and gave it to them. I don't know, and I can't find out. I'm a legal, law-abiding citizen. I can't find out if I have a stolen gun. So, I mean, the NRA, it has zero credibility to them. Zero. They do nothing for gun owners except get you to get a stinking hat, promote their shit, put your sticker on a car so cops know, oh, there's a right-wing gun guy. He's NRA. Rick, I know a lot of cops who are NRA. Yeah, because a lot of cops are gun guys. But I'm telling you, when we see an NRA, we think gun. Especially in a liberal place like California. You put an NRA in your car, you're going to get pulled over. The cops can say, you got any guns in here? No. You mind if I check? Sure, go ahead. Rick, that's unconstitutional. You bootleg cops are out of control. Whatever. Look, just telling you the way it is. I'm not in the business of coming here, packing sand up your ass, peeing on your leg, and telling you it's raining. I'm just not going to do that. I tell you what I believe. I tell you why I believe it. And then you, who has a critical thinking brain, has a right to decide whether I'm full of shit, you agree with me, you disagree, or I have some valid points that you may agree with. I have some points you don't agree with. That's okay. But you need to question things and not be this blind, lawful idiot to the NRA, to cops, to government, to your church. Any organization out there that wants your blind loyalty, they won't want you questioning shit. Because when you question things, that means we got to come up with good answers, and we don't like doing that because we're in charge and we got the power. Just like the NRA. So, the NRA instructor course, what's my problem with that? Look, you need to understand where I'm coming from. The guy, you know, this guy who was NRA instructor, well, you should have turned the instructor in. You should have said he was. Look, the instructor was a good guy. He did a good class. He followed the lesson plan. I think it was a 4-day class, maybe. Maybe it was 5, I don't know, I think it was 4 days, but it was like, dude, they could have covered a class in 1 day because they had to stretch it out, and we got to get breaks in, and we got to make it seem like we're teaching you something. There was no pre-qualification. Any other instructor course you go to, you have to qualify as an expert before you even take the course. Okay, FBI, state of California, any place, they want to make sure you know basic handling. I don't remember if Glock did or not. But they want to make sure you understand basic gun handling. Can you shoot? Before we have you go out there as our instructor to teach others. If you're incompetent, why would I want you teaching someone else? The NRA don't give a shit about that. They want your money. They want you to promote the NRA. Guess how many people failed in my class? 0. Well, Rick, that just means everybody was good. Okay, you keep believing that. I would venture to say that probably in the history of the NRA instructor course, there's been 0 people that failed. Even before you go in there, like, oh, don't worry about passing because we make sure everybody passed. We'll get you through the class. Why? Because we want your money. Now, you have to look at how I'm evaluating this. I'm used to working with cops, carry guns every day, tactical issues, survival issues. I'm at a different level of gun instructor. So when I go to an NRA, which is a basic gun handling instructor course, they're teaching people who never owned a gun before. They're not going to be as high or require as much from their instructors. I realize that. I'm not a dummy. But my problem is, when you can't freaking hit a target, I mean, I'm serious. There was people that could not hit this sheet at 7 yards. They give you a full-size target, and it looked like a freaking pizza box. I was like, are you shitting me? You had guys on the range that couldn't clear a malfunction. They were about to be an instructor. They had to raise their hand for someone else to come over and clear their gun. And I'm like, this is your... I had the instructor at the NRA tell me. The NRA's policy is when you're an instructor, don't shoot in front of your students. Because if you miss, you lose credibility. I'm like, are you kidding me? When I take a gun and somebody says this gun ain't working, I take the gun, I hit a bullseye, and I go, the gun's fine. If you can't shoot that good, you got no business teaching others, in my opinion. Now, you NRA instructors that think they're God and think that because you have this certificate, you're automatically God because you belong to the greatest gun organization in the world, and without it, there'd be no gun. There's my time limit. So look, I'm at a different standard. The NRA instructor did a good job. I wasn't cracking on him. I thought the course was kind of BS. Let me stop this music here. I thought the course was kind of BS. I thought it was very minor, obviously, because I've been a lot more advanced. And I just thought they graduated anybody that showed up and paid the money. And when I was on the shooting line, people were coming to me saying, damn, because all my bullets were in a hole about this big, and theirs were in a hole this big, and they were like, wow, you're really a good shot. And I'm like, I'm a pretty good shot, but I'm damn sure not the best shot around. There's a lot of people that can outshoot me. But, you know, you get idiots who want to take it personally and start screaming, how dare you talk about my wonderful NRA or my government or, you know, women. Why do you talk about women and black people? Why do you talk about black people? Why do you talk about cops? Look, just tell it like it is. You can take it or leave it. All right, we'll end it there.